4-2-4 from Argentina. Flipped with the outside of the boot. Trivela out wide for Gabriel Jesus. Argentina handles it well. Now Batalla.
Tagliafico right now one-on-one against Gabi Jesus, and he is controlling and dominating that matchup.
Nice run, Lo Celso. Miranda over, poked forward with backspin in the area. Casemiro with what looked to be a push. Down goes Correa. Felix Brick with a good view says no penalty.
That one is close. It looked like Casemiro may have extended that right arm and pushed Correa in the back to bring down the Atletico Madrid and a little mini Madrid derby there between the Real midfielder and the Atleti attacker. I think Casemiro got away with one there. That looked like a penalty to me.
Just enough. And again, it's just a friendly, so no video review. Down goes Neymar. Again, drawing the attention. But Paredes this time. Third time on the foul, and it will be the caution against the Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder.
And Leandro Paredes from Roma came up with Boca Juniors a second time. He's got into it a little. It's stuck in there. The hip check, definitely a yellow card against Paredes. Let's see. A lot at first. He definitely gets into the back of Correa there.
Scaloni not impressed with the call. Here, as you can see, Gabi Jesus already losing the ball against Tagliafico, who just prevents him from getting there.
Yeah.
So not much to it, but again, Tagliafico with a couple of hard hits early, tempting fate just at the edge of the area.
And that particular play was good defending by Tagliafico.
Danilo holds Firmino across, but carries past Neymar, and a bit of a breather for Correa. Sarabia.
See, that's Firmino right there. You see, he timed this run perfectly and got the ball through from Danilo. Gabi Jesus wasn't making those type of runs for Brazil.
Given away, Felipe Luis, early ball in for Firmino. Second header, grabbed by Alisson.
Argentina doing a good job right now of just also getting the numbers back defensively. There were 3 Brazilian attackers in that play, and 5 Argentine defenders in the area. They're going to make up. If they have a pace disadvantage, that back line, they make up for it with getting the numbers back and making sure that they keep themselves organized defensively. Well done by Argentina's defense so far, especially Tagliafico, just keeping Gabi Jesus in front of him.
Neymar dodging the blades on that far side. Coutinho forward for Firmino. Looked to be a push. Referee says no. Here's Paredes just pirouetting away. Dybala back. Danilo in. Scaloni calling for the foul, and Brick will blow the whistle.
One thing about Dybala playing out wide on the left is that he's a predominantly left-footed player. That's his stronger foot, so get him blazing down the left side. He could send in the crosses, even cut back in, and then take shot with his right foot. So put him out there on the left side with his stronger left foot. Makes him a little more dangerous.
Well, you saw the trophy before the match. If not, it's a beauty. The Super Clasico, they are calling it, and well, of course, El Clasico, not that far away.
Nope. A couple of players on the both respective squads that will be participating in that one,
and the rest will probably be watching.
Yep.
In the Super Clasico, well, this is a super matchup, arguably the best matchup out there in international football, even with Argentina in a downtrend. Lo Celso out wide. Sarabia into Felipe Luis, brought down Correa, sliding in Dybala. Lo Celso maintains possession. Here's Paredes, the ex-Boca boy, into the center. Batalla. Now Pizzella out wide.
Like Sarabia for a few seconds. A few seconds earlier was wide open. Could have had an opportunity to run at Felipe Luis. They didn't cross the ball over to the right side quickly enough.
As the ball comes to this near side bottom of the screen, you can see the imposing form of Tite, 57 years of age, and he is a force of nature. So much of it he does just with his presence. There's a lot of football intelligence there, but it's his leadership abilities that have carried him to 4 state crowns, 2 Brasileiraos, a Sud-America, and a Copa Libertadores, but not the World Cup, at least not yet.
Also,
Alisson under pressure, almost poked free. Marquinhos gets it out of danger.
Alisson taking a little too much time. Put the ball at his feet, or at least when the ball rolls to him. This is a criticism of modern goalkeepers. Look at him take that touch away from the keeper. Maybe he's got, excuse me, away from Correa. Maybe just one time booted up.
That had to be an inch away.
Yep.
Alisson just getting his foot there before Correa could poke it into the net. Now under pressure, Battaglia dispossessed. Firmino, Arthur, and they're going to bring this one back for a hold. Free kick for Brazil, about 40 yards out.
You have to see Arthur and Felipe Coutinho. They have to be more aggressive. We need to see them get more touches between those two. They haven't really been very effective in this match. Neymar doing the heavy work in terms of bringing the ball up and trying to create something in attack. Coutinho and Arthur are very good players going forward, creators. We need to see them have more of the ball for Brazil to look more dangerous.
Line at the top of the 18, delivered back post just over Casemiro. Carries, but they're going to call the Real Madrid midfielder for a push, and a free kick for Argentina in their own box.
Casemiro is one of the best holding midfielders, central midfielders in the game. He goes out for Brazil. And I know Brazil is deep, but there is something unique about Casemiro and what he can do. And if he is unable to perform for Brazil or Real Madrid, there's a big hole in the middle there. So he's got to be careful. I think he got away with a penalty earlier on Angel Correa. So to Atleti midfielders, Atleti teammates, I should say, Felipe Luis and Correa. Arthur and Felipe Coutinho have to have more touches. Can't put it all on Neymar. As great as Neymar is, great Brazilian teams never really had one person that carried the team. Yeah, Ronaldo scored a lot of goals, but he had a lot of help where Rivaldo and Ronaldinho.
With Romario, you had the likes of Bebeto.
Yep.
Poked free around the line. Tagliafico spun to the turf. Free kick Argentina.
And that 0-2 championship team, World Championship team, also had Cafu and Roberto Carlos as your wing back. So Neymar is great, but you don't want it to all flow through Neymar. And even Chichi has come out and said it before in the past. If they start to depend on Neymar, they're in big trouble. Brazil is bigger than one player.
Of course, then again, you look at Argentina, and that's also been the debate because as it's launched in by Paredes to the back post, there were times where Maradona did carry Argentina single-handedly. Now by 94, the likes of Caniggia, Batistuta and stuff, but in 1990, if it weren't for Maradona, they might have been knocked out in the group stage. Instead, they almost won the whole thing.
Yep, and they won it in '86.
And that's what Messi is competing against.
And it's unfair to Messi. Obviously, it's a different era. But Argentine fans and the people of Argentina, they don't care what Messi did for Barcelona. This touch right here. And Neymar. There was another one that would send, I believe it was Firmino through, that was superb. But Argentine fans, they don't care what he does with Barcelona. They care about what he does in that Albiceleste kit. Same thing with Maradona. He's a national hero, not because of what he did with Napoli, but because of what he did for the national team. So Messi has still some work to do to completely win over the Argentine fans.
Kind of take a look as Gabriel Jesus takes a hit in the back. Pelé recognized as one of, if not the greatest ever. In Brazil itself, Garrincha was the one that was more beloved.
Yep.
So even when you are the best, doesn't mean there's not going to be an argument. Gabriel Jesus, the 21-year-old. Maybe he'll be up in that upper echelon before too long. Already 11 goals and 23 caps. And you figure the best is yet to come.
Yeah, it certainly is for Gabi Jesus. Talented player, but he's got to put it together at a major tournament like the World Cup, Copa America, in order to increase his profile, move up that ladder.
Neymar hangs it high, looking for Marquinhos, cleared away by Petzela. Petzela, interesting, trying to find a compatriot. Ball sails in, blasted by Miranda, knotted down off the head of Otamendi and right into the waiting arms of Romero. Oh, that should have been a goal.
Oh, well done there by Otamendi, getting on the line as quickly as possible, and then great reflexes there. But also Brazil, how about Miranda, your center back, getting all the way into that area and unmarked at the back post to get that shot on frame.
And he got it past Romero, but not past Otamendi. Driven low, but wide.
This is smart defending by Otamendi, quickly getting to the goal line there to defend and back up his goalkeeper.
Who said City and United can't get along?
Yeah. United keeper, City defender, yep. But Otamendi, look at him rush to the end line right there to protect the goal line. Well done by Otamendi.
And as you kind of pointed out, the touch from Miranda, that's a center back.
Yeah. It's
like
like
he draws the foul.
It's like a hierarchy in Brazilian football when you're a kid growing up. The kids that have the better touch, they go to the top of the formation. If you have decent touch, but you're not as good as everyone else, they drop you to the back line. So you're a Brazilian defender, you probably still have an excellent first touch.
Scaroni talking with Marco Fritz, the fourth official here today. Not exactly sure what he's complaining about.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these fouls from distance, thinking Brazil being a bit chippy. At the moment, only 4 fouls against Brazil, 8 against Argentina. Here is Paulo Dybala. No Messi. Dybala with a talented left boot.
He scored from this distance with Juve before.
30 yards out, near corner, just whistles wide. Allison might have had it covered.
And there's a reason why they call that man La Joya, because in these situations he can strike him. Look at, very close. I don't think Alisson would have been able to keep that out. That was a
see
kick.
The breeze of the ball rippling the net, but on the wrong side of the post.
These two teams are just loaded with talent, loaded with not just excellent players, but players that can put on a show, that make it fun to watch. Dybala for Argentina, Correa. I'm a big fan of Correa and what he can do. And then obviously with Brazil and Neymar, Coutinho, Gabi Jesus as well. I think that's another aspect of this rivalry that makes it so much fun, is that it's not just excellent footballers. These guys really can put on a show and make it fun to watch.
Looks like because of the temperature, there will be the water break. So refreshment break in Jeddah. Temperature again hovering just under 90. You can see the sweat on Tite, and all he's doing is standing.
Yeah. It was a smart decision by Brazil to keep him on after the disappointment of the World Cup. They probably should have beaten Belgium, although Belgium definitely deserved to win that game, but they were definitely the more attacking, aggressive side in that match against Belgium. Just, you could say, unlucky. Also, Belgium, as I mentioned, deserved to win it. It would have been a knee-jerk reaction to let him go. He's been the best Brazilian manager that the national team has had probably since Felipao, the 02 Felipao, not the 2014 Felipao, but the 02 Felipao that won the World Cup. So,
well, Chiche studied under Felipe Scolari, although while he is a proponent of strong defense, maybe a bit more adventurous than the former Palmeiras boss.
Absolutely, and with the national team, you can't be overly conservative or defensive. You have to give those players like Neymar and Coutinho, Firmino, you got to give them that space to express themselves in that uniquely brilliant Brazilian style. So he's intelligent enough to tweak his system and his philosophy to fit the team, and you can see his communication skills as well. I mean, he's become a beloved coach with the players. There's that press conference with Neymar in which he defended Neymar, and Neymar was so emotional he had to leave because of what Chichi said about him. So he has certainly brought the team together, and he's smart enough to know that he has to manage the emotions in the players as well as tweak his tactics. They are having fun in this stadium, the King Abdullah Sports City. That's what it's all about. Enjoying 90 minutes of two of the greatest teams in the history of world football. You could coordinate the wave a little bit better, but still, as long as everybody's having a good time, that's the most important thing.
Actually younger than Dybala at 23, just coming into his own, somewhat lost in the shadow of the likes of Antoine Griezmann, but he has been vital for Atletico and could be rather useful for Argentina. Here's Scaloni.
The times that I've seen Atletico Madrid play this season, he's jumped out of the television for me. He's fantastic.
Wisniewski with the hard hit. Down goes Dybala. Felipe Luis pleading his innocence to no avail.
This is to be expected in the Brazil-Argentina match. We've seen Tagliafico take about 3 or 4 chops at Gabi Jesus. Neymar has gone down. Now Felipe Luis giving it to Dybala there. To be expected in the Brazil-Argentina. They didn't have that kind of animosity toward each other and those little cheap shots, those little physical moments. It just wouldn't be the same. See, but it's hard for Argentina right now to generate anything up the middle. I know people will say that's where Messi could do his damage, but going out wide with Dybala and Correa might be the best maneuvers.
Top of the 18, charging in. Lo Celso might have brought it down with his arm, but also trying to draw contact. Felix Brich lets them play.
That came from a movement out wide. That's where Correa and Dybala, they're playing out wide. So that's where the strength is for Argentina in this attack, is out wide. Natalia and Paredes, more of just midfielders that can link up the attack, link the midfield or the defense with the attack. Chelsea will have that liberty to go forward more than Paredes and Batalla, but the strength of this Argentine attack is out wide with Dybala and Correa.
Chance here on the break, but it's just deflected. A lot of pressure, a lot of eyes on Nico Otamendi to see if he still has it. As you pointed out, maybe not that fleet of foot, but his brain obviously in hyperdrive.
Yeah, he's going to have to be very busy with that movement of Firmino. Of course, he has Batalla and Paredes kind of helping him out in front of him in the midfield.
Into the area, and no chance for Coutinho.
You see Neymar trying to pick out that long pass from Arthur, making the deep run through the middle, and that was open because Firmino had floated out wide. When Neymar drops that far back, especially down the left side, Firmino smart enough to recognize that there's space out wide on the left, and that opened up that middle for Arthur. So, and that's the value of Firmino right there. It's not something you could see in the stats, but when you watch the game and you see the spacing, the movement, you can see why he's critical.
Nice layout wide for Danilo, but now what? He retreats. They call this stadium the Shining Jewel, and as you can see, holding up very well. A bit longer than some of the traditional stadiums, about 120 yards long, a little narrower as well, only about 72 yards wide. Maybe a bit more encouragement to be direct towards goal. Then again, knowing what Brazil could probably do in a phone box, I don't think they need much space.
Yeah. I think that's actually part of the training for Brazilians.
Well, we've seen what they can do in an airport.
Oh, yeah, yeah. One of the best commercials ever. Keeping the ball off the ground. through the airport. Argentine's not too bad either. They could control the ball in a phone box as well.
Maybe just not with the bossa nova.
Yeah. With the tango, probably, like that.
Final 8 minutes of this opening half. Regulation winding to a close. Coutinho goes wide. Uses Felipe Luis. Argentina building a barrier. And the pass off target looked like Firmino maybe just taking his eye off. Actually, it was Coutinho who saw the ball whistle past. Now Dybala. A gift. Looking for Tagliafico instead. It's right to Jesus. Now to Neymar. Tries to slot it across. Second effort. Parried away Otamendi.
Oh, Neymar. He's got to give it to Firmino sooner.
Drives it himself, but this one errant and a goal kick.
Oh, it's a great interception of the pass there by Gabi Jesus, and he gets it out wide to Neymar. Firmino is coming into the box. If he lays it for Firmino, Firmino can one-time the shot. He had some space, even take an extra touch, maneuver around an Argentine defender, and then have an even better chance at goal. But Neymar held the ball a little bit too long there. If he just one-times it, he gets that touch and just leaves it for Firmino, who's coming in unmarked. It could have been Brazil 1-0 against Argentina. I mean, don't want to question Neymar's decision-making because of his individual brilliance, but that was one time where he just took too many touches there. Got to lay it off of Firmino in that situation. 6
shots so far. Possession in favor of Brazil, about 60-40 right now. 8-6 in fouls Argentina. And while there will be a large number of changes before this is over, maybe a few when the second half gets underway, I have a feeling we'll see even more offensive in the second half. Coutinho dodging the challenge, unable to thread that ball through as he would have liked. Here's Lo Celso.
They were trying to get it through the middle there because they know Gabi Jesus or Firmino, they have that ability to just, with their pace, to get in behind that Argentine defense, especially if you're talking about Petzela and Otamendi pretty quickly. But Natalia and Paredes right there in front of them to offer more bodies to filter that ball through. So it's a smart tactical decision there by Scaloni to put Paredes and Batalla in front of Petzela and Otamendi. It's making it harder for for Brazil to build through the middle and break them down that way.
Give away, Neymar flips it to the center, rides the challenge, almost surfs his way into the box. Now Casemiro, but the strong challenge, Lo Celso out for the throw-in.
That's what Neymar can do. You see everybody in the crowd rising to their feet because of the brilliance there of Neymar, but at that last second, dispossessed there. Otamendi doing a great job in this match. He's played very well.
Little miss. Wide for Danilo. Now plying his trade at Manchester City. Arthur. Quiet match for the Barcelona mid.
Yeah, definitely. Him and Felipe Coutinho not that involved. You're not seeing them help out in the attack as much. You want Neymar to get his touches, but you also want Arthur and Felipe Coutinho to get involved as well. These two, Coutinho and Arthur at Barcelona. I mean, Arthur was the man to help Gremio win the Copa Libertadores last season. And certainly raised his profile in world football, and he's a talented player, but got to get him more involved. He's got to be a little more adventurous going forward, a little more aggressive going forward. Him and Coutinho. Casemiro is an excellent player in the back there defensively, so you can take risks going forward, put more men in attack because you have Casemiro back there to back him up.
Again, back to Alisson, who was almost stripped by Correa. This time Icardi could not get close enough. This is a rivalry that dates all the way back pre-FIFA 1914. The very first